These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with SA. Yes, they are out of Chapter 7 formally a few months back. IMF stated that Iraq did overpay and was paid back about $7 million and was taken off Chapter 7 and submitted to the UN. It was one of the requirements the IMF made for them to go international. All right, Mountain Goat article, quote, rule of law, the 2023 budget will be passed in record time, unquote. Mountain Goat says, I don't know how much they tell time in Iraq. They must have watches on some kind of delay mechanisms to set them months back from reality. Heck, they all know that the budget will not get done in record time, as it never is done in record time, and they say this each year that it will. Go figure. All right, Sandy Ingram, the official IQD exchange rate has been fixed at 1470 Iraqi dinars against $1 US. Now the currency was trading up to 1600 on local markets from mid-November before settling around 1570 dinars. Now you're asking yourself, what's the big deal? It's only a small change. Wrong. It's a major big deal. It has sent panic waves through Iraq because of the increase in the cost of import goods, wheat, and gas. Mark Z via PDK, it's been very quiet on the RV front, not hearing anything on timing for us yet. I know we are all very frustrated with waiting. Question mark, do you think we will go this week? I have been asked to keep the range wide, but yes, there is a good chance. Frank26 Firefly, they're talking why the exchange rate has been up and down since November, and government officials say it's for the new system. The new system is called SWIFT. Iraq is actually floating its rate inside of Iraq right now. Frank says this is the education we told you about, the monetary reform education. All right, Pimpy says it looks like Al-Sudani is fast-stepping all kinds of projects to help them get away from relying so much on the oil revenue, which is something we've been waiting on now for a few years to decades. But we saw Al-Kazimi trying to make the effort to move forward and didn't have the type of support Al-Sudani does. It looks like Al-Sudani is fast-tracking all of this work, which is outstanding for anybody invested in Iraqi Dinar, even more so for the Iraqi people. Mark Z via PDK, I just got an email from Dr. Scott Young. Every member of Congress holds unbelievable amounts of dinar, dong, zim, etc. I know a number of politicians that are holding pretty sizable amounts of currency. Militiaman in the country of Iraq, they don't have the ability to use dollars anymore. The U.S. Federal Reserve Bank has stopped the way they are allowed to do dollar auctions in the country. That puts pressure on citizens because the local exchange rate is going down, which is causing them to pay more for goods and services. The U.S. Fed is creating an environment that's forcing the country effectively to get off the dollar. Foods are going sky high. It's creating that environment where the CBI is going to have to make an exchange change and going to have to happen quickly. Caparoni says over the last week or so, there's been a lot of discussion with Iraq completing the documentation for accession to the WTO. Mark Z via PDK, very little RV news happening, some meetings happening tonight, but it has been exceptionally quiet today. Maybe that is a good thing. Most of my calls are going straight to voicemail. It may be a good sign, but there is nothing negative at all. And lastly, Frank26, there is no 800 number. That's stupid. Take your credit card, turn it around. There's your 800 number for the bank. Call them, ask them if they're exchanging the Iraqi dinar. Don't do it now. You know better than that.